Somebody lift up the name of Jesus. Come on, call his name now. We're standing in his face. How would you act? Call his name Jesus. I'm ready. Jesus, 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 Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Come on, call his name Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Turn it up for me. Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, 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 Jesus. That's it, because you have relationship. Calling his name, not because you've been instructed, but because you have relationship. Somebody say Jesus, 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 Jesus. We know where the power is. We know where the power is. We know where the power is. There is power. The next time you have to face a situation and you don't know how you're going to handle it, you ought to look it in the face and say, there is power in the name of Jesus. I know where it is. I know where it is. I know where it is. Tried him and I found out there is power in the name of Jesus to break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. To break every chain. So break every chain. We want you to break every chain. We're here for you. We're here for you. Break every chain. Ooh, lift your hands. Break every chain. Break every chain. I hear the chains falling. They gotta come down. I hear the chains falling. Woo! I hear the chains falling. They're falling in the room. I hear the chains falling. It's been 10 and 20 years, but today is your day. I hear the chains falling. Can you hear it in the spirit? They're falling. 'Cause there is power. Come on, y'all. In the name of Jesus.
Hey, let him. The reason I want you to understand about Jesus' relationship with Capernaum, because I think it is so ironic that it is in this same city where they have rejected his leadership that we are studying a man who is a paralytic. So I want to move from the relationship that Jesus has with Capernaum to the individual in Capernaum who is paralytic. When the Bible says either sickle palsy or that he's paralytic, you focus on the fact that his body does not move. But I want you to think deeper than the fact that the body doesn't move, because your body cannot be moving right now. That doesn't make you a paralytic. It is not the fact that his body doesn't move. It is the fact that his body doesn't obey his head. That is the great takeaway point, and that is the point of synergistic thought between the relationship between Jesus and Capernaum and this man's physical condition, because he is a paralytic only because when his head sends a signal, his body does not respond. This man is then physically what the city is spiritually. Are you with me? And everything in his life is present, but not connected. How many things in your life are present, but not connected? I went to bed the other night. I thought I had put my iPad on charger, and I thought I had put it in the little slot it was supposed to go, but it wasn't pushed in there deep enough. And I got up in the morning, and the thing was dead. It looked like it was there. I had everything that I needed to have power. It was present, but not connected. Yeah. This is not a man that doesn't have a body. This is not a man that is a lunatic. Everything is there. It is present, but not connected. You'd be surprised at the things that look better on the outside than they are on the inside. They are present, but not connected. You'd be surprised at the people who sleep in the same bed. Both people are there. They are present, but not connected. I hear a lot of talk about people who don't have a dad. Let me tell you, there are people who did have a dad. They were present, but not connected. Yeah, just sit right there. I'm coming right where you are. Hold tight, baby. I'm coming your way. You can smile in the camera and take the pictures and celebrate your 25th anniversary and your 28th anniversary. Talk about how many years you've been together. Everybody claps. Yeah, you live in the same house. You're present, but not connected. You'd be surprised at the women that have babies and wear the title of being a mother, and the kids know that mom lives in the house. She's present, but not connected. Stella's too busy trying to get her groove back. Stella's too busy trying to go after a career. Stella doesn't understand that there's more to being a mama than pushing out a baby. This is a full-time, lifelong job. Oh, you thought I was going to get the men and not get the women too? The devil is a lie. There's a whole lot of women who are present, but not connected. How can you say somebody's cheating on you when you are present? Oh, and let me go a little bit deeper. I'm coming. Anytime you have everything you need to function, but the things don't function that are in place, anytime things are in place and don't function, that is dysfunction. I might as well not plug the iPad up at all if it wasn't going to be connected. The fact that it is present and not connected means that the iPad is losing power, not because it's not present, but because it's not connected. And I'm wondering how much richer and fuller and brighter and stronger and vibrant your life would be if you would just plug up and really be connected. If you were connected with where you are right now. If you were connected with the roles you have and the rings you wear and the people you say you love and the life you want to live and the place you expect to be. If you are not connected, you are paralyzed. If you are not connected, you are dysfunctional. If you are not connected, maybe that's why you're not respected, because you can't be respected if you're not. I was just thinking about that, you know. This guy is tired of not functioning. And so I want to go into step 3. He develops a relationship with his friends. And he says, get me to Jesus. I want to take a moment and talk about hooking up with people that are taking you somewhere. You know, he didn't hook up with people who sat by the bed. I see people today who hook up with people who comfort you in your crisis, but don't carry you to your deliverance. He didn't hook up with 4 paralyzed guys so he would fit in. Are you running with people who are as dysfunctional as you are? I'm going to ask you, are you running with people who are as dysfunctional as you are just so that you can make dysfunction look normal? Because if you surround yourself with people who can't walk, then not walking looks normal. And you may be comfortable, but you'll never have a miracle when you surround yourself with people who can't carry you beyond your present condition. I don't know about you, but I don't have time for it. If this ain't going nowhere, let's give it up. If we're not going to move, let's just walk away. I don't have time, maybe because I'm getting older, I don't have time to hang around with people who are just shooting the breeze, but they're not going anywhere. If I can't walk, I want to run around with people that can walk, because maybe walking is contagious. If I'm broke, I don't want to be around other broke people. All of us sitting up wishing we could go get something to eat. I want to be around somebody that, oh, pray for me. I want to be around somebody. I may be stupid. I confess that. I may be ignorant. I admit that. But if I am ignorant, I'm not going to run around with a bunch of ignorant people so we can sit up saying, I don't know what that would mean. How many of y'all want to help me preach this today? Slap your neighbor and say, move. So number 5 is how you relate to obstacles. Tells me how quick there will be a change in your life. These 4 men carried the one man up to the door and they couldn't get in the door. They did not abort the mission because they confronted an obstacle. If they didn't, why are you? Who told you to quit just because you hit an obstacle? You'll never win if you allow the obstacle to overthrow you. People who overcome things in life, they didn't overcome things because they didn't have obstacles. Sure, you run into a brick wall trying to do what you're trying to do. That doesn't mean that God's not going to bless you. It just means that God's going to train you while he blesses you. So thank God for the guy that he was running around with. Because when they hit the wall, when they hit the door and the door didn't work, they started looking at the wall saying, those are the people I want around me. People who hit the door and they can't get in the door. I want to be around people who look at the wall and say, Now, this is a part of the text I cannot explain. Because when I picture it in my mind, I see a man in the bed. I see 4 people carrying him. They probably got staves, sticks up under the bed to carry it. I can see how they moved him to the door. I'm not sure how they got him up that wall. Every scenario that I picture in my mind is quite complicated. But I do know that how you confront obstacles determines how your story ends. God did not promise you a convenient miracle. He didn't promise you a convenient marriage, a convenient business, a convenient child. He didn't have a convenient life. How do you get to have a convenient life? So I asked myself, maybe they tied him to the bed. And then 2 of them hoisted him up while the other 2 got up on the roof and started pulling. All I know for sure is that was a rough ride going up the side of that house. Isn't it funny? When you're closest to the answer, things get the hardest. So they got him up on the roof. I love his voice. He had some boys. I want these boys on my board. Not only were they creative enough to climb the wall, they were tenacious enough to tear off the roof. Maybe I should have titled this message, "You Running with the Wrong Boys." If you don't have no tear off the roof people on your team, change your team. I am too old to be running around with people who don't tear off the roof. I don't have time to sit by the side of the house and let the miracle walk past me. I got to surround myself with some ninja-type people who will tear off the roof. That's how I feel about it. I kid you not, this is not a sermon, this is a philosophy. Touch your neighbor and say, it's going to get a little messy, but we're going to get a miracle. Yeah, I'm going to tear up some stuff, but we're going to get some miracles. We're going to move some tradition, but we're going to get some miracles. We're going to get on some people's nerves, but we're going to get a miracle. Somebody's going to be upset, but we're going to get a miracle. I'm going to disrupt some stuff, but when it's all over, we're going to get a miracle. Watch this. When they tore the roof off, they start lowering him down to Jesus. The closer he got to Jesus, the further he got away from his buddies. We have carried you as far as we can carry you. The rest of it is between you and Jesus.